Hello and welcome, and it's the 24th day of October. Let's do another video. I'm very bullish on the New England Patriots this weekend. Definitely, I think if you're in the school of trying to predict what a spread or over under for a game or any type of line should be, it gives you a very difficult task. But to think 13 points on the spread is anywhere near right, to me, is laughable. And in such, I always believe sports gambling and football to be the really. I'm surprised it's the NFL where we have a line that I think is this far off. But it's all about finding what I consider to be that of mistakes. And when I correct their mistakes, you do so by betting on it. I have a significant size wager on the Patriots lay on 13. Now, with that being stated, it seems to me, and I'm going to use a quote of Bill Polian, or one of the old Indianapolis Colts regarding the Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning situation, but referring to that of people liking and or liking the points and not liking the points. It seems that the people liking the Patriots are what's that? What's that? Smartly is a word for just being intelligently convinced, something like that, and emotionally convinced on the other side. I have not heard anybody, and I've had one person give me comments over and over, a couple other things that I've read, and just other videos. It's like nobody giving me a case on the Browns can contradict all of this stuff going on. Now, this video here, Browns players, Freddie Kitchens well aware of the improved Jamie Collins with the Patriots. This is a fantastic story regarding that of Jamie Collins, and even really McCourty, Jason McCourty, who's the defensive back that should be covering Beckham. And that these were two members of the 0-16 Cleveland Browns, and the Patriots actually had Jamie Collins for a few years. They traded him to Cleveland, and then he spent 2.5 seasons with the Browns, and the Browns released him in the offseason. Didn't want to pay him his $10 million contract. Nope, no way. He ends up signing, of course, with the Patriots, and now Collins goes back and plays him as well, of course, as McCourty. Now, McCourty only spent 1 year with the Browns. He spent his career with the Tennessee Titans, went to Cleveland, found out it was a mistake, and then he joined his brother in New England. Alrighty, Cleveland Browns. What do I got to say? Now, this video here. Now, the tells that I get from this, both of it. One, this player here who is kind of like laughing at the fact of like, yeah, I mean, it's like, no, man, you're not ready for this game. And then Freddie Kitchens, quote unquote, I thought he was a good teammate, which is at the end of this video regarding that of Jamie Collins. And well, what do you expect? The guy just got released. So I think this game is going to be a heavy, heavy mismatch with stuff that I'm seeing on this level. I spoke earlier this morning how the Patriots have won 60% of their games against the spread since the start of the 2002 season. New England Patriots, this is what they have done on the season. They opened it up against Pittsburgh, winning 33-3, and then a 43 to nothing win in Miami. Then they beat the Jets by 16 points, 30-14. Only by 6 against Buffalo on the road, 16-10. Beating Washington 33-7, destroying the Giants 35-14, then destroying the Jets 33 nothing. How does Cleveland, as far as these opponents, because every time I hear analysts talk about the Patriots game, they're talking about, oh, the Browns are bringing good players back. Oh, they're finally going to play a good offense. Why do you think the Browns are a good offense? Why? Because they had preseason hype for being good. There's a thing that I like to call adjust to the message of the market. I was bullish on Baker Mayfield in the offseason. He was in one of my fantasy leagues. He isn't anymore. But there was something I like to do. Yeah, okay. Freddie Kitchen. I mean, he's to me. They're just. I don't know what's going on with him. He just doesn't seem emotional. He doesn't like he's there. He's just. I don't know. And if that's the case, this could be something where I don't know if I'd want to take 30 points with the Cleveland Browns. I hear people talking about where it's just too many points, and 60% of the time the Patriots cover the spread. And in this situation here, I mean, what are we supposed to say about this defensive team? It is just that dominant. Now, as far as games coming up on the schedule here, and the line opened up at 10, I mean, that would even be nicer. However, Baltimore, Philly, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City. So we have 5 games. Hopefully Mahomes will be back for that one, but pending that he will, and he's scheduled to be back by then. But hey, with this injury, you never know. But 5 games where they will have a better offensive matchup. But I'm in here. What would I if this matchup was this week right now? What would I say the spread should be at Baltimore? New England by 7, 6.5. How about at Philly? New England by 9. Home game against Dallas. New England by 14, 15. In Houston, New England by 10. Home game against Mahomes in Kansas and Mahomes, we'll say that would be like what 8.5. Road game in Cincinnati, 21, 22. Home game against Buffalo, 17. Home game against Miami, 3,518. Okay, I'm sarcastic there, but realistically, I'd have to say about 31 or 32 even. I mean, they beat them 43 nothing there, but that's what they got coming up. So we'll have 5 weeks where they'll have amazing opponents, and they'll have 3 more games after that. I'm to end the season, and it's sick that I have to say that. Oh, that they're just a lock to go, and I don't like that word, especially because that's a bad word in the sports betting community. But if you ever could use that word, it's a lock that they're going to go to the Super Bowl. It's a lock they're going to just dominate the play against a team. And if the spread was somewhere near 18, 19, 20, will it result in enough where they could cover the spread? And that would be difficult in that, if I was to say so. Now, if we look back at some statistics on these New England Patriots players, offensively, Tom Brady, 180 of 273 for 66%, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 94.8 QB rating. Uh, Jared Stidham, wow, he's a backup. But Julian Edelman, he's now they got another receiver or another quarterback that can throw in Mohamed Sanu, but don't expect him to throw the ball, especially not this weekend. Definitely not this weekend. Of course, the last time I said a Patriot receiver wasn't going to throw the ball, that was a Super Bowl against Philadelphia, and Edelman threw an incomplete pass to Brady. Sony Michel, not running the ball well, but it's all about this defense here. Jason McCourty, former player of the Cleveland Browns on 0-16 team. Again, the leading tackler, 25. I don't know if I mentioned that before. This is a second take. I didn't have my microphone plugged in the first time. Now I do. 25 tackles, 23 leading a team after 7 games. Multiply that by 2, that's 50. That would be 14 games, so we need a little more than 10% more. So he's on pace for about 58. Usually the leading tackler of a team is going to be between 80 and 120. So they're doing an amazing job at keeping them off the field, forcing incompletions. And Jamie Collins Sr. in 7 games has 3 interceptions, 4.5 sacks, 23 tackles, ATK. Trying to remember, what does ATK stand for? I don't even know what that stands for. Forced fumble recovery is the F, and forced fumble. But he's got 8 ATKs, and he's got 1 forced fumble recovery, 2 forced fumbles, 4 pass deflections. I mean, this is a linebacker who's got pass deflections. He's got 3 interceptions. He's got 4.5 sacks. He's doing. This guy's almost Ray Lewis like, and it's a major mismatch. And then you talk about the short week. Well, why is it a short week? Oh, they're tired. Is probably the reason why. The Patriots don't stay on the field for that long. No. I'm not giving anything on the short week and the bye week situation. If you're a damn good coach, and this is the start of the year, like around the 6th, 7th week, right around this time, where if you're coming off a bye week now, if you're a good coach like the Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, then it can be an advantage. But for bad coaches, I have seen it year in and year out, and I've been in this business for a couple decades and a little longer, of handicapping and just analyzing sports, and the situation of bad teams coming off a bye week. Situational analysis is not good for them. It's really bad. And Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, when they play first year, second year, the head guys, that's what's the best way of putting it? It's no holds barred. That's not, well, like it is, but it's no mercy. They respect their opponents for what they are. But when it's that easy and you respect them for what they are, and you do what you need to do, if you execute what you are trying to do successfully, results usually work in your favor. So to me, the spread of this game I think should be 22, 23 points. And last week when they were playing against the New York Football Jets, I was thinking, how can I even think it's right to give anyone a 20-point road favorite? I've never done that before. But I've never ever seen what is going on within this type of play. It's been 7 games. It's not a small sample size of plays. that these players are going through. Jonathan Jones, Donta Hightower, Stephon Gilmore, Devin McCourty, Patrick Chung. These are star amazing players that they're working with that we have. So Philip Dorsett, Julian Edelman, James White, and now Mohamed Sanu as their receiving catchers. And Jacoby Myers, I think, might be pretty good. This to me is a game I think the spread should be a lot higher than it is. So another one of these videos, but just adding more fuel, I guess, to the fire, if you will, because I think this is just fight. I mean, that's a good word to use as far as how dominating the matchup really is on so many fronts. A team that turns the ball over the most, apparent the most takeaways. Opposing quarterbacks, one touchdown, 18 interceptions against the Patriots for about 160 yards and a quarterback rating lower than just spiking the ball every play. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.